Turn it up loud. Come back, I'm a sucker for love. Sucker for love.
So, I used to smoke weed since I was about 17 years old until about 3 to 4 months ago. And I realized, man, that it became a bad habit and it was affecting me. It was affecting my motivation, it was affecting my feelings because I was becoming dependent on it. So, you know, I want to pursue a career in sports, right? And I can't do that anymore. So, but every now and then, I get these cravings and I gotta bring my anxieties down sometimes, you know, my nerves, and I'm only human, I'm weak. We're all weak, you know, you gotta admit we're all weak. And sometimes when I brainstorm and when I'm very pensive and I gotta figure shit out, sometimes, you know, a black amount, as nasty as it sounds, calms my nerves down a little bit, you know. I used to love back when I was like 15, I used to like black cream flavored black and mild. Oh man, those things were awesome. So now, if, I hope it doesn't become a bad habit, but every now and then, you know, I like to have one just to reflect, just to think, and just to relax because, you know, I've been going through a lot of a big transition in life, you know. Relax because, you know, I've been going through a lot of a big transition in life, you know. I quit my job, I quit everything, I threw everything, you know, everything that was in my past, I turned it over, you know, for an opportunity cost, which basically means when you give up something in order to achieve a greater result. But at the end of the day, it's a risk, and there's no guarantee that that risk that you take will come into fruition. So, but it's a risk I'm taking based off of faith because I believe, you know. And at the end of the day, I can't lose because I'm going after what I want. And there's no better feeling than having courage to go after the things that you want, you know? And things are falling into place, man. You know? Is it easy? Nope. It's not easy, man. But there's progress. Yeah. So this topic is gonna be called infatuation, right? A lot of us tend to have a false perception of what love is, and we get attached. And I'm not speaking for myself because I am aware of what infatuation is. What this lesson is about. It's about infatuation, the difference between infatuation and love. You know, and I'm going through something right now. You know, I'm not gonna say what it is right now, but in the future, if you guys want to follow me on YouTube, you know, the whole story will be there. An hour and a half, man. And I've been sharing this story with a lot of people on my lift rides, and they're blown away. So they're like, yo, Mike, you gotta put this shit on YouTube or something, man. This is an interesting story, man. So I said, you know what, I am. So I said, you know what, I am. So I'm working on it. I'm gonna work on it. I already made the video. It's an hour and 30 minutes. I finished it. But I have a lot of things to tweak, you know. Make sure that I'm not saying any names and that it's just strictly for educational purposes and it's for me and myself and not to call anybody out or to put anybody out there, you know. It's to teach more than anything. People who are going through similar situations, man, because everyone can relate to my story, you know. Yeah, man. We're gonna study the song. It's called "Do for Love" by Tupac, and it's a story about. I'm gonna do my homework now. I'm gonna study it. Stay tuned. But I'm gonna study it now because I didn't have time to study it before, because I was doing the hour and a half video about my life, in other words. So now we're gonna get into the topic of infatuation and what it is, and why do people get confused with infatuation and love. You know, I'm not confused. I understand. I'm well aware of what infatuation is, and I'm well aware of what love is. You know, and just for the future's sake, for the sake of clarity, that's better. For the sake of clarity, I'm not infatuated, man. I'm not. So stay tuned. I'm gonna do my homework, and then we'll break down the song. Right?